All right, I'm going live without the hubs. Okay, let me straighten you guys out, YouTube. Hi, Facebook. Welcome to the live show. Welcome to the live show. We're late. I'm late. It's not even close to the time we're supposed to be live, and I'm missing my co-host. Actually, YouTube, you need to make room for him when he gets here. Anyways, welcome. Sorry we're late. Sorry I'm late. Hubs, I think, will be here. We got thrown off our schedule because we had an early practice today because it's been raining like crazy in Sacramento, which has been awesome. We've needed that. So we had an indoor practice for Landis that started at 4:30. So we were trying to balance all of the schedule tonight, and it just wasn't working out. And obviously Dustin's not here yet. So I told him that I'm going live because if we want to eat dinner at a practical time, I need to be live, and he's just got to join when he gets here. And I prepped the craft, and it's a really cute craft. So I want to make sure we do it. It's with an SVG that was released this week to the patrons. I just realized you guys can't see. You guys can see it on YouTube a little bit, but on Facebook you can't. So we're going to use the chalked up paint. So I put trios on Instagram and asked you guys what your favorites, and everybody voted this one is their absolute #1 favorite. So we're going to use this trio today. It's not available yet, but it's the Creative Sister chalked up paint, and we're going to try the Mod Podge method, where we use a stencil and then we Mod Podge over the stencil, and then we paint, we let it dry, and then we paint. So that's why I was like, this takes a little bit of steps, so I've got to get doing this now. So I'll hang out with you guys while I do this. It's the same concept that we did last week, but let me show you guys on Facebook. I'm doing this size today. So it's a, I'm not sure what size this is. Actually, you know what I realized? Things that you get at Michael's say the size on the back of them most of the time. This is a, it's not telling me, doesn't want to tell me what size it is. Usually they say what size it is, and it doesn't. But I got it at Michael's, and I cut out one of our SVGs that says, and so together they built a life they loved. That's what we're making today. It's a love one, but he's not here. So that's okay. He's doing dad duty right now. All right. So I leave to Creativation super early in the morning tomorrow, and I was just like, I'm packed and ready to go. Sorry, guys. I'm going to try to attempt to do this. This would be when the 12-inch roll would be ideal to have, but I don't have a 12-inch. I guess I do have some 12-inch sheets. I just prepped with this one. So I'm reverse weeding again. Hi from Alabama. Where in Kentucky? I don't know if that's, you guys are talking to each other. Hello from East Texas. YouTube comments are covered a little bit. Hey from Alabama. Hi Megan. Hi Linda. Hi Kathy. Hi Susan. Hi Shelby. Hi Megan. I think I already said hi to you guys over here. Hi from, okay, so I'm just going to cover this entire thing with some transfer tape, get this bad boy started. Again, if you guys watched last week's Crafting with the Hubs, I'm using the same exact method. So I'm just going to reverse lead this by laying transfer tape over the entire thing, peeling the backing off completely. So it's covered like this. I didn't go all the way to the edges because I don't really have to. I also want to use the blue as a guide. I cut it exactly in the center of my stencil so that I can position this exactly in the center of the wood. Hi from New Jersey. Hi. Hi, Pat. Hi, Layla. Hi, April from St. Louis. Yeah, so this is an SVG. I already said that was for the patrons this week. I know we used, it's actually in the same exact bundle that we used last week. So, so I'm going to flip this over, and we're going to peel the paper off the back completely and not pick any of that stencil up using the technique I always use. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you guys have seen it quite a bit if you follow me. The peeling back at a, you know, pretty much completely 90-degree angle to get your vinyl off. This is stencil vinyl. It's a little bit different than vinyl. It works exactly the same as vinyl, but it's definitely different. It's clear. It's transparent, I'll say. It's not clear because it's blue, but it's you see through it. That way you can see where your design is going to be. And we carry it on shopentity.com. And if you are a patron, you get 20% off at all times. And I did not do links. Links are on the YouTube one. It sounds like somebody's home. I'm excited. Maybe I'll have a co-host soon. Okay, so now the sticky part is done. And I'm not sure. I think he's joining. I told him he has to join, but we do have to make dinner. So he was like, I just got stuff to make enchiladas. And I was like, well, you are supposed to be here with Crafting with the Hubs. So I'm just gonna eyeball it. I realized when I was prepping this that I need a shooting table that I can stand at, because when I craft, I rarely am sitting down. I'm usually standing. And I think that it would be wise if I got somewhere where I can stand, because I feel like I'm a better crafter when I'm standing. I can like look at my projects. I get a lot more like leverage if I need to press hard on things. So, okay, I got this completely on, just like that. It's stuck to the board, and now we're going to pull the transfer tape off, like so. There's going to be a lot of bubbles in this, I can tell already. And there are, like, grooves in this. I don't know if you guys can see it. That door's locked. You gotta come through the other side. There's grooves in this board that are going to make the paint a little difficult, so I might just not go near the grooves and then do those parts by hand. But we are going to use the Mod Podge method so we don't bleed through. You guys are going to see how awesome this transfer tape is. I can do it without even looking because this transfer tape is amazing. Again, you can also get this at shopentity.com. This is the masking transfer tape. So we got this bad boy onto our board. Okay? Whoops. Okay. Today, did you show the results of the epoxy cups you made the other day? I did not. You guys can see that I am in the middle of my experiment back here, and I just shot the, hi Micheline, I just shot the first step to epoxy cups, and I nailed it with the first step. So I have been experimenting for the last like 2 days on epoxy tips and sealing cups, and I'm on the first step, and I nailed the first step. So there's gonna be a 3-part series coming up in March, I believe. But basically I am testing glitters, I'm testing epoxies, I'm testing everything, and I've found some really awesome things that you guys can use to save you money, to save you time. So be on the lookout on my YouTube channel for that series, because it'll be coming soon. So I knew there was going to be a lot of bubbles in this because it's so big, and you just have to be, like, you should probably go slower than I do. But I'm just going to make sure there's no bubbles around the parts that we have to paint, and then I'm going to weed it. But that's why we're also using the Mod Podge method. So I'm going to Mod Podge over this, and then it has to dry. And what that does is the Mod, and I'm using Mod Podge in matte because this is kind of matte, or is it shiny? I don't know. So the Mod Podge will seep under all those little gaps, and it will create something to fill in those little gaps if there are any, and then the paint will not get in there. So I've never really done it, I don't think, but we're gonna try it today. We can't see you. Move the camera down a little. Oh no. Okay, I can probably do that. Let me see. Sorry, YouTubers, YouTube peeps. Okay, can you guys see it? I might chop my head off if I do that. That's okay. As long as you guys see the project, right? It's better for you to see the project than to see me. Anyways, so I'm going to work all the bubbles out. If you want to see me, go on YouTube. Let's see. Can I get you guys? Okay, you guys can see the project better now, too. You guys can't see the paint as much, but I guess you don't need to. So I'm going to try to push these bubbles out as much as I can. So as long as the bubbles are out near the edges, we'll see if Dustin joins us. We'll see how much he loves you guys. I doubt he will. But he really just makes the project go slower anyways, usually. No, he was good. He helped out a lot. Sounds like he's getting dishes out. Sounds like he does not want to be here. All right, so let's use our pin pen. I'm about to see Troy at Creativation. Super excited to hear what he has new coming out. This is his pin pen. It's awesome. It comes from 651 Vinyl, one of the best weeding tools on the market, if you ask me. So we're going to reverse weed this bad boy. And we'll just put this over here. So that's where we want to make sure that all of the bubbles are out along the edges. It doesn't really matter if there's bubbles out here at all, but we just want to make sure they're the edges. And then I'll try not to go too close to these, or just go over it, and then I can go in by hand if I want to later, where the ridges are. So this is a very thin font, so I was kind of weary about it, but I am doing it pretty big, so it shouldn't be too bad. And I picked Dustin's favorite color. So the trio that everybody loved is my favorite color and Dustin's favorite color and a navy blue. So if you guys remember from last week, this is Dustin's favorite color. This one is my favorite color right now. And I paired those together with, over here, and navy blue. And that's the trio you guys loved. So this trio will definitely be available soon. Soon. But there are 2 other trios that we will be adding as well. Mod Podge helps seal any air bubbles before you paint. Essentially, it helps to keep lines crisp. Yeah, so it'll also give you kind of like a, if you're dealing with like a really porous wood, it'll give you more of a surface that is easy to paint. So there's lots of reasons why you could use Mod Podge for a project like this that would work good. So now you guys can't see where I'm weeding over here. Just gonna move you guys over there. So how is everybody doing? Let's see, this has a little part right here. You guys see how sharp this pin pen is? It is so sharp, it's awesome. I love this thing. And I just realized I'm pulling the little E parts, the little parts of the E's out. I didn't realize there were little pieces right here. I should have made sure stayed in, but they're gone now, so oh well. All right, I'm gonna make sure these edges are down. See, there's a spot right there. You gotta make sure that bubble doesn't get close to it. There was a girl that used Mod Podge on the letter and it curled. What did she do? On a letter? I don't know. I love my pin pen too. Yep, you guys can get them at 651 Vinyl. I should start putting links to 651 Vinyl so you guys can get these. Okay, so this is more like that Ray Dunn font. It's super thin, which I'm excited to try the paint on. It's kind of an experiment, so we'll see how well the paint. We are using pretty contrasting colors because this board is black, so I think it's really cute. But I can't give this sign to Dustin because we didn't build it together. We're supposed to build this stuff together, right? Can you guys still see this over here on Facebook? I don't know. All right. So we have not made enchiladas in a really long time. I'm going to try to see if I can maybe get some of the craft and some of me in there by moving you guys backwards a little bit. Hold up. Sorry, YouTube. Gotta fix Facebook. All right. So I'm not just like, you can kind of see the craft. I think that's a little better. How'd you cut the stencil? I used my Cricut. So did you say you got the sign at Michael's? I did. I've had this for a little bit, but they have a lot of blank stuff at Michael's. So there are lots of wood things. I went to Hobby Lobby, I think yesterday, and the signs were not on sale. I'm waiting for the wood signs to be on sale so I can stock up on them. They have a lot of cute stuff at Hobby Lobby right now for finishing signs like this. I am making a wood stenciled painted sign with chalk paint and a stencil. And we're using the reverse stencil system. It's kind of hard to see the letters. Can you see the letters when they're reverse stenciled? So it's a very thin design. I really love it. I think it's like super minimalistic and it's great for a house sign. I'm gonna be trying to give you guys some more designs like that if you're a patron so that you guys can have cool stuff to make for your home. I'm really thinking Dustin's not joining us today. He's fired. Time to find someone new for Thursdays. Crafting with who? Who wants to be my co-host from now on? You can make pin pens with mechanical pencils and hand sewing needles. That feels like it would fall apart, but that makes sense. And a hand sewing needle is a good thing if you don't have a weeding tool to try to use, like a pin. I guess that is what this is. It's a pin pen. What material is the stencil cut from? It's cut from stencil vinyl. We have it on shopantitay.com, and you cut it on the Cricut with the stencil vinyl setting. You get, again, with the prices, I really need to learn the prices, but if you're a patron, you get 20% off all your purchases from shopantitay.com always. And I believe we have a 5-yard roll, so we have large rolls of this as well as like 12-inch rolls. And then if you buy the winter box, which is still available, you do get a sample of this. If you want to get a sample of the transfer tape and this, you'll get about enough to do a project just like this with that box, as well as all the other stuff that you get. That box is still available, by the way. It's almost sold out, but it's still available. But it has the printer paper, it has, or the printable sticker paper, it has the stencil vinyl, it has transfer tape, and then it has a bunch of, it has a mystery vinyl pack, and then it has a couple other things in it too. So that is available. And if you want to try this stencil material out, it's a good spot to start if you want that box. The box, I believe, is $34.99, and then patrons get 20% off of that. So, and it's still available. Once that's out, though, we're going to start on a new box. We're waiting for that one to sell out, but again, I'm going to Creativation to scout some fun things to add to boxes tomorrow. So watch my Instagram. I'll be posting lots of photos from Creativation. I've decided instead of filming it, I'm going to take photos of new products that are coming out and just share them that way. That way I can get more stuff out there for you guys. And if there's any brands that you want to know, like what's new, let me know, and I will keep you guys updated. Your husband is in Sacramento working. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, we're from Sacramento. What is shipping? I'm not sure. I got that. I need to purchase YouTube. I blocked your guys' comments. Okay. Hey, Dustin, are you joining me or no? He's ignoring me. That's what he's doing. Will you go live at Creativation? So I might on Facebook, but you're not, Dustin.
Yeah, I am.
No, you're not. I might go live. You want to give me some water?
Sure.
Ice water, please. A sign. You want to go live, or you want to go get me some water? So,
That's cute.
I'm going to try to get this Mod Podge on here pretty quickly so there's time for it to dry. This is a brand new bottle of matte Mod Podge. I don't use matte Mod Podge very often because I guess I haven't. I always intend to. Another thing the pin pen is good for. So, I'm just going to put some in the lid and go from there. So I'm just going to use a spongy brush. Again, I need to stock up on my paint brushes. Maybe I'll scout some good paint brushes because I don't have very good ones. I guess I could I don't really want to fill those cracks too much because I can already tell it's like seeping into the groove a lot. So I just really want to do the surface parts, not the cracks. And this will really help get it under those bubbles. Hey, Anna. Thank you. Gracias. Alright. Oh, and you're staying.
Yeah.
Oh. I thought you were going to help Dad make enchiladas. I thought I'm supposed to be teaching Landis how to make enchiladas.
He's being mean.
Why is he being mean?
Cause
FYI, he's mean sometimes. Just
Yeah.
letting you guys know. Is this the only time you've used Mod Podge? No, I've used Mod Podge a lot. I just have never used it for this purpose, to do on a stencil before you paint.
So why he's being mean?
Okay, that's not important. I'm talking about my craft right now. Why don't you go tell your dad he should join the crafting with the hubs, because that's what it is.
He's busy making it.
I know. I'm supposed to make the enchiladas and teach Landis how to do it. You want to go tell him that? Thanks.
Sure.
So, he's, first of all, late to the party. And then, for this project specifically, yeah, I think that's what you're talking about, right? Hello, Bridget. I don't know. Are you trying to get my attention? You're yelling hello at me? Or are you just saying hello? Is that the first time? Whoa, lots of Mod Podge. Okay. So the matte Mod Podge seems to be a little thinner. And it dries pretty quickly. So I'm pretty sure you want it to be completely dry. And I'm making this up because I've never done this. But I'm going to make sure it's completely dry and then we'll see if it works. You can always use the makeup sponges from Dollar Tree for stamping the paint. That's a great idea. I have some of the Laura DIY sponges that Plaid sent me that I was going to use for this, and then I realized I had a few brushes. So all the brushes I have that are really good are the ones that Plaid has sent me. So I think maybe I need to be in the market to look at some brushes at Creativation. Yes, yes. I'm not a huge painter, but I think since we did the watercolor project, like everybody was obsessed with that, I need to come up with a good one. Hey, why are you back?
He said...
What did he say?
He said that he already started.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, this little piece is bugging.
And I helped him eat it.
You helped him eat what?
Yeah, the chicken.
Oh. Oh, because he's cutting up the chicken.
I'm so hungry.
Yeah, so we're going to make, I really hope he makes my low carb ones. Can you go tell him to make the 2 on the right side low carb, please? With the low carb tortillas. Thanks. Welcome to my life. You guys are just kind of like joining in on what life would be like if I wasn't live right now. Actually, I would be making them. That project was amazing. Yeah, so after I did that project, I was like, I want to do more of these. This was so fun, and I think it was pretty cool to film it because it looks pretty cool. If I were to like time lapse something like that, I would watch that for sure. Okay, so I've Mod Podged over all of this. Now we just let it dry. Let it dry. Now I've heard different reasons why some people don't like this, or why some people do. Some people love that it causes the paint not to, you know, go into the cracks. And then some people don't like it because the Mod Podge will get under and then the paint won't. And where the Mod Podge is, it'll kind of be shiny. And so that's why I chose to use the matte one, but we'll see. But you, like, if you look closely, you can tell where the Mod Podge seeped under. I've yet to use Mod Podge. I might try this technique. Can't wait to see results. Yeah, so hopefully we can get to it. It looks like it's drying pretty quickly on this end, but if you guys have tried this technique, do I have to wait till it dries completely, or should I try it before so it doesn't like peel it off? I don't know if I missed them. I did the watercolor on fabric, but I have not. It's hard to read comments. What are you doing?
He said okay.
He said okay. What are you doing? Just gonna come eat chicken in here? All right, out.
I want to watch.
Okay, then sit there quietly. I want to try using chalk paint on Stenciling. Ugh, I missed it. Someone on YouTube was asking about shipping to Canada. We ship to Canada, but we can't control customs. Like if customs tries to charge you, so it's really hard to ship to you guys and not feel bad if that happens, because there's nothing we can do to stop that from happening. We just did it with one of our influencers. Actually, she's in Canada and she had to pay when it got there, and so I felt really bad. Yeah, so we do ship to Canada. It's really expensive, and I can't control if it's more expensive.
Question.
What?
Do you use this after you do everything?
No, that's a Mod Podge brush, so I could have used that and gone over it, but I thought the sponge would be better. Hey, why don't you go wash that for me so I can use it with the paint? Okay. And then just make sure it's dried out with a washcloth really good. Thank you. I guess kids are good for something, right? I was going to try to make some chalk paint paste and try it. What is chalk paint paste? Customs is hit and miss. Yeah, and I can't control it, and I don't know what causes it. Yeah. You're buffering over on YouTube? I'm in Canada and don't get any extra charges, and I ordered a few packs HTV and 2 transfer rolls. Yeah. so I guess sometimes it's hit or miss. Like if our prices or you're ordering enough stuff and your prices are cheap enough to where it's going to save you versus like buying from Cricut, that's probably, I mean, our prices are always better than, you know, buying from Cricut, but if it's going to be
pretty dry.
Okay. So I'm going to do They Built a Life They Loved in one color. Careful because this one moves a lot when you bump.
Oh.
And then I'm going to do, so obviously navy blue is a NYX for this project because this board is pretty dark and so is navy blue. You would not be able to see it. Again, so I might do this project next week if you guys want me to, where we paint a board with the color and instead of Mod Podge, we do the same color for this. So that works really good for projects that you paint the base. If you guys want to see that, let me know. And I'll do that in maybe Tuesday's video. Because I'm really excited that I booked Creativation for one night only. I could have, last year we went for like 5 days and the event itself is only really 2.5. And there's like all this stuff that happens like 2 days before that I really could have cared less about. And Kathy said, hi, Briley. So I was like, I'm going for one day only, getting what I need, looking at what I need, and leaving. So I'm planning, like, unless I'm traveling with my family this year, I am traveling for maybe 2 nights, hopefully only one night. And it's been, like, I'm not super stressed about it. I'm like, oh, I just get one night away, but not too long away. I don't feel like it's really like interfering with all the things I have to do because it's only 1 or 2 days. It's a good idea.
I have to say that like your old like computer, like your computer like was always off. Like if I do this, I can perfectly see myself. And it's like on time.
What? Are you talking about the frame?
No.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about like
You're talking about the frame, what we see in the cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Talk to them. This is about what they want to hear, not what we see on our end. So.
Is Anna here?
She was.
Anna, comment if you're still here, please.
Okay. So do I do And So Together in Dustin's favorite color, and then They Built a Life They Loved in my favorite color, or do I do And So Together in pink and They Built a Life They Love in Rain? This is called Prima Donna and this is called Rain. I don't know why Katie and her friends named it Prima Donna when they heard that it was my favorite color, but they did. So I can't wait to make my own stickers and make cute signs. Yay! So if you get the box, the winter box, it's called the winter box. It's still available. It comes with that printable sticker pack. You get 10 sticker papers, and the sticker paper is not going to jam your printer like Cricut's does. Cricut's is super thick. And if you've bought it before, you probably got really frustrated because it might have jammed your printer. It's really thick. Like the entire pack of my sticker paper is about the same thickness as their entire sticker paper. So that means that you have to cut it on copy paper setting. Are then pink? Oh, there's no hour. So, And So Together, I don't know, pink and all that dark blue. I'm confused. I love the sticker paper. Just got mine and had to try it out, and it's so love. Yeah, it's good sticker paper, guys, especially for you guys who love planning. I'm gonna start on this side where we started because this side's dry, that side's still drying. So what do we decide? What do you think, Brian? And So Together in this color and then this in pink, or
ooh, yeah,
or all of it in blue and just Loved in pink?
Ooh,
that might be cute. Loved in pink. Okay.
Yeah, Loved in pink.
So I think all of it in blue, because then it's more versatile in our house and not pink. Like I feel like the only spots that pink match, actually in my room, I've kind of made pink our accent color, which I was just doing as a joke because I had 2 pillows, but I ended up actually just leaving it that way, and then I added the thing that we made last week, and so nope, you can watch and you can read comments from here. So the thing, I'm using a big stencil brush. This is actually a brush that you would use for this, but you can get them a lot smaller, and you really do not need a lot at all. You need like, actually like at Katie's workshops, she's got the drop cloths on her table and you dab, 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 and then you brush a lot of it off onto there and then you go in and stencil. So you really don't need a lot at all. Like this little can is going to get you so many signs. You will be surprised, amazed, all of the things. Can you read the comments or can you not see them?
The brush.
What was that?
The war.
Oh.
The brush. What's the name? Style.
Sorry. This is a Mod Podge brush by Plaid. Or no, it's by Plaid. So you can get them at the craft store in the painting aisle. But you can get all different sizes. I actually have a set that they sent me in all different sizes, but I just don't. They're really little though. So to do big signs with them, like I need a happy medium here. This is like too big. This is actually a perfect size for this project. It's just my letters are so small that I thought it was gonna be too big, but it's actually a perfect size.
By the way, I'm Dustin. See, I have no hair.
I found she was stenciling onto wood. Yeah. Thanks for answering questions for me, guys. So you can see that I've already done like almost the whole roll and I literally just used the paint that was in the lid. Like I haven't even put any more that was in the lid. This is just what came out when I opened it. So. Okay, so we're just doing Loved in Pink. But yeah, I will add these stencil brushes into my Amazon store too. Strictly the ones from Plaid because those are the ones I've used. But if I find other brands that have good reviews, I'll add them too.
I just realized that those holes are supposed to be there.
Well, it's the ridges. So we might leave the ridges and then I might go in and hand paint them with a tiny brush later if I want them to.
Itsy brush.
Itsy bitsy brush. Okay, I'm gonna get a little bit more paint for the and sew together. Literally like a drop, not even a ton.
Like she literally put the damage in.
Literally.
Damage.
Literally.
Our family says literally.
I think like everybody says literally a lot right now. It's like the new like. Is that a California thing or is everybody doing it? Does everybody say literally? Thanks, Justin.
He's from Texas, Colorado.
You gotta read those comments. You gotta practice your reading so you can read them fast.
I think in
Or is it just hard to see them?
Yeah, it's hard to see them. I think in Creative Sister, Auntie Tay will be selling them on her store soon.
Yes. So.
Nope. No. Mo. It says Mo.
Okay, sit down. I'm answering that question. So, yes, we're selling them in trios. If you're interested in me selling individual colors, let me know too. We're gonna try them out in trios, but if you guys have a specific color you really love, we will do that. The thing is, I'm just supporting a friend who is making everything by hand. So it's hard to order multiple colors for all of you guys. So I want to make sure we have enough for anybody who wants them. But we're going to do 3 trios to start. And if you guys saw on Instagram, we voted and we picked this trio and we picked the Brights trio and we picked the Summer trio. I think the Summer and the Brights are the same. And then there's another one. So the 3 that got the most votes are the ones that we're going to go with. I'm going to use one more little drop.
Wait, so is this all you're making for crafting?
Crafting without the hubs? It's like the Ken from the car, but Ken from the not car. This is crafting with the not hubs. Because he's ditching us.
Yep,
tonight.
Here's to make enchiladas.
Here's to make enchiladas.
Enchiladas. Maybe we could make top ramen.
Oh, who would want top ramen over enchiladas? Cricut
Me!
stencil paper. No, this is Shop Auntie Tay's stencil vinyl. I don't know if that's a question you answered, but this is from Shop Auntie Tay and it's Orcal brand, so it's a very good brand, but it's we have it available in various sizes as well as in the winter box. So you want to go wash that for me?
Sure.
Thanks. All right, so we just did one layer. And we are adding glitter and paint to shopantitay.com. And I'm so excited because they really only need one layer. Like this paint really only needs one layer on certain projects. And then my glitter, I'm realizing, only needs one layer. So I'm super excited to share that with you guys soon. This is a little damp, but I think it'll be okay. I'm in Texas too. We are here all, I can't read all the comments on YouTube. Okay, so again, I'm just gonna use the paint that's in the lid. We only have one little word to do. So I'm just going to dab it on. This brush actually works pretty good. So if you have, I got some outside the stencil. If you have some of these little bad boys, these work pretty good too. We'll see how the stenciling works on it though. I just love these colors. They're so pretty. Okay. What kind of paint do you recommend using when a piece of wood that has just chalk paint is great for wood because it goes so far because it's so thick. So Katie's chalk paint, the Creative Sister chalk paint that we're adding to the website soon, is super awesome. Like she started just by making it herself, and it's really good to make yourself if you need a lot of it, but it's pretty expensive either way if you're just, you know, like Annie Sloan, like that's pretty expensive. So she is actually going to start selling it on our website, and it's like with Annie Sloan, I think you have to buy like a huge jar of it, and you don't necessarily always need that much, so you don't get very many color choices. Whereas when we sell them in the trios, you're going to get an array of colors. And then you want to watch that one for me? Sure, thanks. All right, I'm going to pull this off, moment of truth. And the they is a little distressed looking, like it's not as, like I didn't cover it that well. I was being more, oh wow, this is looking awesome. No, okay, I only see bleed. Since the paint is a little wet, you gotta be careful when it's coming off because you don't want it to touch your project because the paint is wet. So these projects have not been taking us very long, and actually I prepped it a long time ago. Not a long time. I prepped it today, but I thought it would take me a while to prep it, and it really didn't. It took me like 10 minutes to actually prep this project. So I don't want to get this paint on anything because it won't come off very easily because it is chalked up paint. It actually has limestone in it, so it hardens so hard that it doesn't scratch. And it also doesn't need primer for things that you're painting, like if you're stenciling a wall with it. It's really awesome. So yeah, the only spots I'm loving the Mod Podge. I am loving the Mod Podge. There is no bleeding. The only bleeding that is happening is in those really big ridges. So I should have just been more careful right there. But I will show you guys in a second. There's literally no paint bleeding, and I'm obsessed with it. Because remember last week we made the sign, and that wood was a little bit more porous, so maybe we'll try it on a more porous piece of wood. Oh, I have a tip that I'm not using at the moment that I need to start using is when you're picking up your vinyl, start away from your like cut lines. Try to be away from your cut lines as much as you can.
That's awesome.
So this is very cute. The paint is still a little wet, so I gotta be careful. All right, come on. All right, I love the Mod Podge when doing the sign. Saves so much time on touch-ups. Yeah, and it seems that like the paint adheres to it really well because it's such a smooth surface that it kind of fills in even ridges in the wood. So I would be interested in doing a rigid sign with this and see what it actually turns out like. All right, this is too late to do crafting with the hubs. I am hungry now. Okay, I missed the Mod Podge thing. So we did the stencil just like we did last week, but instead of just going over it with paint, we went over it with Mod Podge first, and then we went over it with paint, and the Mod Podge seeps into all the little holes that the paint might bleed into, and then you let that dry, and then you go over it with paint. I was afraid that when we peel it up, it would peel the Mod Podge up and it would like peel, but not at all. And I'm using the matte Mod Podge, so I don't know if that makes a huge difference, but I really like it. Really, really, really like it. So, and then again, if you are using a piece of wood that has big ridges, just be careful around those ridges. I don't even think you need to go in and do by hand, but just be careful not to use too much paint, because the spots that I did, it kind of got under there. Just in a couple spots. Just in a few. So I would just be really careful. I saw a spot. Oh, in the R. I was like, I know I missed a spot. Okay. And that's it. We made this sign really quickly. So that's super fun. My board is a little scratch right here. So I could take like a brown wood Sharpie or one of those wood stain touch-ups and do that if I wanted to. But that's what it looks like. This is an SVG. You can cut this SVG out of, so you can see where this ridges. You can see where the paint kind of pooled a couple times in the ridge. So just be very careful if you're doing something that has this big of gaps. Like this has big gaps. But if it doesn't, and it's just a plain sign, this would be perfect. But again, mistakes means it's handmade, and if it doesn't have mistakes, even though I've seen some things at Hobby Lobby, I was about to buy, I've been really looking for a cool rustic world, which I think I'm just gonna have to make one, like a globe sign for our travel. And they have this metal one, and the world is completely whacked. It's not correct at all. Like I noticed first, that's like making my face glow white. I noticed first like Africa's like kind of like this, and then I noticed there's like this huge river, not the Mississippi River, through like a river that big through the United States, and I was like, that's not even accurate. So how would I track travel on that? Anyways, so I'm just saying that even mistakes don't always mean it's handmade. Sometimes it's factory mistakes. Oh, thank you, Amber. Okay, so there you have it. We made it. All right, I gotta go eat dinner with my family. You guys can give Dustin a hard time next week that he chose not to hang out with you. That really makes me glow. He chose not to hang out with you guys tonight. I agree. Hobby Lobby has some pretty messed up stuff lately. Yeah, I was super bummed because I was like, oh, I've been totally looking for one that's not just like printed. It's like metal, and it has like little, I think it has like little screws in it. And I could probably make that. I don't know. Maybe I can mock it up or do something cool with the Cricut and do like use our metallized vinyl and then maybe like distress it with some cool paint and do that on a layer. It's all coming to me now. But all the things I want to do, I'm just going to have to go live more often because I actually finish projects when I go live. Will I have a Valentine's box? Probably not. I just want to be transparent with you guys. Probably not. But the Most Wonderful Time of the Year pack is very Valentine's friendly. So check out the projects that we'll be adding on Instagram. We are having some of our influencers use it for Valentine stuff because there's a lot of rose golds and blush pinks and some golds in there. So instead of, or it's the Champagne Christmas. Sorry, it's the Champagne Christmas pack. That would be a great pack to get for Valentine's Day. So again, all that stuff is shopandtay.com. Thanks, Charles. And the next thing in your name, I couldn't read it really quickly. The maker I love, it is designed. Oh, it's cool that you guys I can see now who you're replying to, so I can see that you're actually talking to each other. What do you recommend, Air 2 or the Maker? Oh, that's a big question. And I have a video called What Machine is Best for You, and it even comes with a fancy printable that helps you decide which machine is best for you. Both of them you can't go wrong with, though. I love both of those machines. Okay. Instagram, I am auntie_tay. So look that up, find me, like it, do all the things. Oh, I really thought it was Dustin. I was like, he's really going to come say hi to you at least. All right, bye, guys. Love you.